Okay, so here's an update for the pea and the radish microgreens that I'm growing. This is 48 hours later. So for the first 48 hours, I kept them in the dark. The light is just on for the purposes of this video. We'll take a look at the pea sprouts first. And I'm going to remove this paper that I had on top of them. So that helped to keep these wet. I actually didn't have to, I did check these every morning and every evening, but I didn't have to spray any more water. They looked wet. So you can see all these, most of the peas are sprouting and going down into the tray of water that is underneath. So I'm going to remove this paper. I don't need that anymore since they've all sprouted, but I am going to keep the lid on. I'm not going to put the weight back on. I don't think I need the weight on, but I will keep the lid on top until a few more days, and they will kind of rise up the lid and they'll go into a blackout period for a few days, and then I will put them under the lights. So I'll be showing you when I do that. So let's go over here and check the radish seeds. So I'm going to take this lid off and I'm going to remove the paper. These seeds are a little bit smaller, so I'm going to be a little careful. They might move around. And so I got one that's, whoops, I was removing the bottom layer as well. I don't want to remove the bottom layer. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand. Okay, that was a little hard to do with one hand, but I got it now. So I'm going to remove this top layer here. Just the paper that was on there. These stayed wet as well. So you can see these are a little bit smaller to see, but they are sprouting. Maybe not as much of a sprout as the pea seeds, but they are sprouting just fine. And I think the roots will go down through the thin paper towel that I had on there, and I think they'll be just fine. But this is just an experiment, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to put the lid back on these. I don't need to spray it with any water or anything because they're all definitely wet enough. And I'm just going to leave it like this, and the lights will go off, and I'll give you an update in a couple days.